Hello everybody, welcome to my playthrough of Blue Prince. Oh yes, this is a new strategy puzzle type of game that has released. Yeah, it's all the rage now, and I've been watching someone play some of the game. I've enjoyed what I've seen, and not a lot of things would be the same each time you play, so yeah, I figured I'd join in on the fun and see what happens.
Publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in, and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Day 1. Ooh, let's see what we're gonna do. Hopefully you guys can hear me fine. Okay, so we start with 50 steps apparently, and the cursor is not really moving, not sure why. And we can step outside if we really want to, but in this game, the steps actually mean that while it doesn't count down the steps while you're walking, but anytime you enter a room or exit a room, it does count down the number of steps by 1 each time you enter and go from there. So let's see what we got here. Open only in the event of my death. Really? Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. What the deuce. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought into the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate, and you may not stay overnight. With the underline. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Well, you suck. Alrighty. And here we have the blueprint for the estate. The Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint lab menu by pressing tab. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Okay then, here we go. And yes, we have the Infinite Hall. That is where we currently are. We are on day 1. There is call it a day. So tomorrow you will awake to find the rooms of the estate as well as your current inventory will have been reset. So if you want to call it a day, you can call it a day. Basically the day ends. The person we're playing as will go outside and camp out overnight, and then the next day will come and then everything would be basically reset and new as if we haven't been here the previous day, stuff like that. So yeah, and there we go. And as we see here, I don't know why my caps lock was on, but okay. And yeah, this is the entrance hall here. This is where we currently are, and then the rooms that we will connect as we go through will be connected by the doors. So this entrance hall has 3 doors, and we'd be able to get a particular room in all 3 of them. And then we need to basically connect and go up until we reach the antechamber. We need to get in there, and that's basically the 45 rooms. There's the rumor of the 46th room, but I'm guessing that it's gonna be part of the antechamber, and we have to get through there in order to maybe even find room 46. I haven't seen a whole playthrough. This is my first time playing the game, and I wanna check out what I can see going through the game. I'm basically going to not spoil myself with the end of the game stuff and go from there, so that way I can see it for the first time. Alright, so let's see. What is this? Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 step. When you no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching in the manor and must call it a day. So that's what I was basically saying over there at the front door and everything. So every time you enter a room and exit a room, you will lose a step. There are different scenarios where you can gain extra steps, and among other things, and we'll get to that when those things are appearing. So, hey, I didn't want that. Let's move over here. We got an ace of spades. Someone's holding an ace of spades for some reason. And a queen of diamonds. I'm not sure if these pictures are of any relevance, but we'll see at some point if there's any cards in the fold. Okay, a little village here right by the water. Alright, let's enter a room, because this is basically what the main part of the game is. So we click on a door and then we have a room to draft. So we can pick the bedroom. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. And no, you can't farm the steps. Like, you can't go into the bedroom, then come out, and then go right back in. It's not gonna work like that. You would have to be away from the door. I think it's like the amount of rooms before the steps would give it to you, or it's timing based. I'm not sure. Closet, it's basically kind of like a dead end. There's only one door, and see right here, we're going to the west side of the manor. So right here is the west side, the east side will be over here to the right, and then north going up. So we have 2 spaces on each side of the entrance hall. So 5 across and then 9 going up, so 45 rooms. So we want to be sure that we don't trap ourselves by creating dead ends. So closet would not really be great right here, but it could be good over here at the end. The bedroom would be interesting because it has a door there, but it also has a door leading north, so you have another option. And hallway would be pretty good to have here because it has 3 doors. So one leading into it, the one going north, and then the one going west. So I think hallway would be pretty useful to have here. And once you pick a floor plan, we have the room available, so we can go in. And we lost a step because we entered the room for the first time. Okay. And yeah. Alright, so we can go that way if we want to, but I think I'll go this way first. Right here we have doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. And this is a red memo type of thing, and I'll talk about the color and the memo part later. But yeah, that's basically what that means. Whether it's true or false, what it says on there, I'll leave that up to you to decide. Alright, let's see what this one has. We got a pantry that can give us 4 coins. A guest bedroom that will give us 10 extra steps. Or a lavatory. It is a red room as well, but there may not be anything in there, but it's random. These are basically luck-based, what rooms you will get. And there are scenarios where you can redraw the rooms, and 3 new rooms will be available to pick from. So, right in the corner here, we could pick pantry, and we'd be able to go north. We would get 4 coins as well. Guest bedroom, it would make sense being over here at the side of the manor, because it is a dead end. Because we do have the hallway that goes up, and we would get 10 extra steps, but I think I might save that for when I need it. So I may not have it right here, but I might use it a little later if it shows up again, I'm not sure. And then there's lavatory. I think maybe I might have this now, just to get it out of the way. Because if this comes up later when we need more available doors, then we might get in trouble. Because if we completely block ourselves from trying to advance through the manor, then we'd basically be stuck and we need to call it a day. In which case everything would reset, and then the next day would be completely different. No 2 days would be the same, basically. Okay. My throat is starting to get a little bit sore. I have been talking for over an hour with a couple other games that I've been playing. Okay. Oh. Now these two are not great to have. At least right here. Closet, you'll get 2 items if you go in the closet. In the storeroom, you'll get a key, a gem, and 1 coin. And then a nook, which would give us another door, which could be useful. And we'll get a key. So I might do... Well, yeah, I might do nook here. But storeroom is pretty good because we'll get a gem, and we'll get a coin, and we'll get a key. So basically, keys would help you unlock doors, because some doors might be locked and you would need a key to unlock it. A gem, basically, there might be a case where we would have to use a gem to have access to that room. So I'm gonna go with Nook on this one. We'll get a key here and go from there. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Well, I don't have one. I'm going based off of memory, and I have a pretty good memory, so I should be able to remember quite a bit of things. If we advance really far in this one, then I might have a little bit of trouble remembering a few things, but generally, I remember quite a bit, and if I see it, I would most likely remember. So, there we go. Okay, is there anything else in this room? You do want to search the rooms a bit, because there could be hidden items. You never know. But I think this time it's just the key, so let's see what this one has. Closet, pantry, or parlor. So, closet would make sense here. And then we can go back to the entrance hall and go over here. The pantry would allow us to continue up from here, and same with parlor. The puzzle piece here, it is a room that has a puzzle that you can solve. The pantry has 4 coins that you can get, and the closet gives you 2 items. I'm gonna go with closet on this one, just because this is really a good place to have it. Oh, key card this early? I wasn't expecting that. And there's our first gem. So, oh, this is different. I'm watching a YouTuber play this game, and this was always a different one, a 10 tag, a tag with the number 10 on it. But apparently here for me it's different. That's interesting. I don't really know if they're of relevance to what I need to do, so I'm just gonna not worry about that. Let's go back to the beginning entrance hall and maybe go to the right. Okay, let's see. I got a key card. So what that means is I can open electronically powered security doors. And the fact that I got this early on, I could go through key card doors, so I don't have to do some extra steps to make the doors be unlocked from the get-go. Because there is a way you can have the security doors be unlocked from the get-go and not require a key card. But it requires a few rooms in order for that to be applicable. But if you have the key card, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it is pretty handy to have. I'm surprised I got it this early though. Okay, Let's see what this door has. Corridor. Corridor is always left unlocked. Storeroom and spare room. So spare room and corridor is basically the same. There's no real difference between the two, although with spare room, there's never really anything in the room to pick up. But the corridor might have something sometimes, but it's basically the same type of room. So I think in this one I'll just have spare room. And there we go. Alright, we got a window here because we're right at the side of the house, or front of the house, so we'll have a window we can actually see out. If you put the spare room in the middle of the house, then you're not going to have a window leading to the outside, obviously. Okay, we do have a couple paint cans here, paint roller. Okay, that's just the room that we're in. That's why we're hearing static. Okay, let me leave the room as quickly as possible. My God. Okay. I stopped the recording and... Office! Okay, the YouTuber's playthrough is kind of cursed because he has not seen Office at all yet, I don't think. And yet here I am getting Office on the first day. Oh my God. Okay, bedroom. Whenever you enter this room, you gain 2 steps. The pantry, okay. And the office, opportunity to earn and spread coins, okay. So coins would be spread around the mansion. And you can earn more coins. And maybe earn coins by entering the room, I don't know. It requires 2 gems though. That's the thing. We only have 1, so we can't get this office yet. I think I would go for bedroom here. Whenever you enter the room, you get 2. I wonder if this would be better suited up closer to the middle of the house rather than way down here. Because it does take a lot of steps to advance throughout the mansion. I think this might be better suited to be further up. So I might just go with pantry on this one. Okay, let's get... Oh, okay, that's better. Okay, spare room, you suck. I don't know if it's the ceiling fan or what, but wow. Okay. Alright, here's a banana. We got a banana, so we got 3 extra steps out of that. We got 4 coins and a note. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, bananas, oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. I think that's everything in the pantry, because even in the YouTuber's playthrough, there's nothing else to find in here. Can't even go up the ladder. Nothing else is here. We can see the outside, so that's something. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here for us. We have a coffee grinder right there. Or some kind of grinder. Ah, yeah, this tag here. Tag with the 10. This is what I've seen in the YouTuber playthrough with the closet. This is what I've always seen in there. So. Okay, let's move. We could go back to the entrance, but we're just going to check out what we got here for now. We got the veranda here, which is a green room. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. And the veranda you can only find on the side of the house, because it's right on the outside, obviously. Guest bedroom gives you 10 extra steps, but that's also a dead end. And I kind of want to have something else going this way, Because if we do guest bedroom here, then we're basically only forcing ourselves to go this way, and that may not be efficient. So I'm gonna go with the corridor on this one. We need an extra gem for the veranda. Okay, let's see what we have here. Sometimes you would find an item on the floor, but I'm not seeing anything this time. Yeah, nothing here. We can see the outside, the side of the house. Alright, let's move forward. Greenhouse. This is the first time seeing of this. You are more likely to draw green rooms when drafting. 1 gem required. We can get that one, but that'll make a dead end, and we have no other doors on that one. The chapel, we do have 2 doors here, but we will lose 1 coin every time we enter the chapel. So, yeah, but this would give us 2 extra doors. So the greenhouse is not really worth it right now. Although that could give us the option of drafting more green rooms going up the middle, but we do kind of want extra doors for more options. So yeah, even though I would rather have something else with more doors, yeah, the chapel is basically the only thing here, unfortunately. So we will lose a coin when we get in here, yeah, unfortunately. Who are you? You're 6. You is 4. Oh my. There's a lot of these stained glass images here. We got 3, we got 2. We got 1 and then 7, which it looks like. I'm not really sure what they mean exactly, but we may find out as we advance in the game. Alright, is there anything here for us to get? I'm not sure. Probably not. Is there anything on the benches? No. Okay. Now, yeah, we could go left or we could go up. I think let's go up first. See where this leads. We got a den. We got the bedroom here, which would actually make sense. The den would give us a gem as well, and an extra door, so I think this might be the better way to go. So yeah, let's get the den. Alright, there's the gem right there. We got a sapphire. Sometimes there would be extra items to pick up, but usually I haven't seen anything else in this room. Ooh, a locked chest. Okay, do I use one here? Cause you can use the keys to unlock the chest. There is an item you can get later that would allow you to bypass using the keys. And since we haven't really walked into a locked door yet, I think we'll use it here. We'll get more keys, but I want to see what we got. Oh my god. Oh, what luck. Okay, we used 1 key and got 3 in return, so I think that was a really good investment in that trunk. Wow, that was really nice. Okay, where do I want to go next? We could just continue straight up. I mean, there's no real point in going back to the entrance. That would just waste steps going back. So how about about, let's go down. Yeah. I'll go down through the chapel once more, just so we can actually get through this door. Ooh, okay. So guest bedroom is a dead-end room. We could use that. And bedroom, every time you enter, I kind of don't want to have this room be connected to the chapel, because we'll basically lose the coin every time we go through here. So I think the best thing to do is to get security. View inventory of all items currently in the house. And yeah, that was good. It requires a gem, but we have the security room. And a cutscene. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know if I really want to talk during the cutscenes, but yeah, we're able to see ourselves in the camera here, because there's one right above. So yeah. Okay, what do we got over here? We got a terminal, what it looks like. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. Okay. We got a keycard system, log into network, and view estate inventory. What do we got here? Oh. The following is a detailed list of the items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. So basically, if there's any room that you have that you haven't thoroughly checked, there could be any of these items available in there to collect. But I've gotten everything right now, so yeah, that would be pointless. Okay, oh. Apparently I can use the arrow keys to move as well, but I need the mouse in order to move the camera. Okay, we have two areas to go and do, but first we got a stop notice, we got a grandfather clock and a padlock. Not really sure what the deal is with those. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levels are no longer required to grant entry. Yeah, it's a red memo, but yeah, we'll find out why these are colored blue and red later. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Yeah, how about that? Okay, staff notice, effective the first week of December. Payroll for all live out and seasonal staff, or live out, will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. And terminal passage? Well, can we zoom in? I don't know if we can zoom in or not. Well, doesn't look like we can zoom in. But basically, I do know what the password is, because I don't think it changes per playthrough. But I'm going to wait until we can actually see what it is. I'm not going to speedrun this a little bit or sequence break, just because I know the game a little bit more after watching a few videos. Okay, so what we got here is the parlor. We got a puzzle, and it does connect to the corridor. So basically, when a door, like right here, it doesn't connect to the corridor. What am I talking about? You see the door that is kind of connecting to the corridor? Yeah, because there's no left door in the corridor. That door in the parlor is effectively just going to be blocked off, bricked up. So you can't use that doorway. It's a waste of space, basically. So yeah, I'm not really gonna use that right there. This would make sense though, because the door here is on the right side, not the left side. So this would go towards the entrance hall. And the bunk room, this counts as 2 bedrooms. There is a few items that would give you some things for the bedrooms. I'll save the bunk room for later, but I think the boudoir would actually be better suited right here. Alright, let's enter. We got 37 steps left. Ooh, we got a safe over here. And yeah, ooh, that's something there, or no, just a little pillow. Okay, anything on the desk here? Ooh, a picture. There's a safe right there. It's Christmas. A lot of Christmas lights, decorations. There's a mannequin body with the Santa hat on. Christmas tree right in the middle with the shining star. A record gramophone. I do wonder though. I do know the code for the safe, but is it the same code? Because if you would think Christmas, you would think the date of Christmas. So, ooh, Cinca Cooperated. What? Cooperated. Okay, let's see. December 25th, so 12/25. It is the same. Wow. Some things would probably be different per playthrough, but some things may or may not be the same. This one is the same. Weird. We got a gem here, so a ruby. And we got this, number 4. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor a fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not by that same display of weakness clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see that the color of the flag she knew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year, Daniel. Well, ain't that a fine how do you do? So, Daniel is basically pissed at the uncle for basically not looking to the lady's memory the right way. He's basically only thinking about himself and not about the family. Well, her anyway. Alright, so where am I going from here? We do have a door here that can lead somewhere, so let's see. I might use the controller in the next video, because I'm not used to the mouse and keyboard combo. I prefer to use the controller because I'm quicker with that. And I'm not even in the best position to be using keyboard and mouse. I don't sit at a desk. I don't have the monitor. I sit on my couch with the big TV as my computer screen. I have the mouse on a little table beside me, and I have the keyboard right now sitting in my lap. So, a controller would make more sense here. Alright, let's see. We got a passageway. We got 4 directions. Although, it wouldn't make sense here because the left door would lead to nowhere. The dining room actually does connect both ways. And then storeroom is a dead end, rendering the entrance north door useless, basically. Alright, I think the best way to do it is to use the dining room here. The passageway would make one door be rendered useless. I don't want to do that. I want to use as many doors as possible, so I'm going to use the dining room here. Each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. And what is rank 8, you might be asking? Well, the bottom floor here is actually rank 1. And then it's rank 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So rank 8 is up here. So when we get to this area, then a meal would be waiting for you here. And getting the meal would be pretty beneficial, although it is pretty low. So if I can somehow get a straight line going up, it would be easier to come back to it without wasting so many steps. Also, how many steps we at? 37. Okay. Alright, 36. Let's see what we got in here. Don't think there would be much of anything here. This would be where the meal would be when you reach rank 8. There's a fire going, even though it's not in the best place in the house. Yeah, there's nothing really here to collect, so I think we can just go through the door and call it a day. Well, not call it a day from... yeah. Alright, guest bedroom, utility closet, or kitchen. It would unlock another door. These two would just be dead ends, although this one would require another gem. Utility closet might be kind of useful here, although I would kind of want to have this be a little further up. So I might make this be the guest bedroom, although we kind of want to go to the left side of the house as well, more doors available, because these dead ends would make more sense to be on the sides rather than in the middle. So yeah, we do waste a gem here, but let's go. Kitchen we go. Alright, that's an interesting sound. Let's see what we got here. We got a big ass oven here. My god. Okay, toaster. We got a scale. Do we have water? We do not have water. My god. What is this forsaken kitchen? We got a little highway. We got a fishing pole. But don't really know if they make actual sense or are relevant to anything we're doing, so I think we're gonna pass on that. Alright, let's see what we got here. The main course: lemon glazed salmon, charbroiled cahoon, spiced salmon, lemon butter sauce served over spinach leaf, plus 20 steps, plus an additional 10 steps if you have an aquarium in your house. The main course is served only in the dining room. So once we reach rank 8, we go down to the dining room, and this would be what will be served. And if we have aquarium somewhere in the house, then we would get an additional 10 steps, so 30 steps, which would be great to have. And then we have these up here. So we have a banana. I almost said bedroom for some reason. Banana, which would give us 3 steps. Club sandwich, which would be 15 steps. And tomato soup, 5 steps for every red room in your house. So red rooms, we have 1, 2. So we have 2 of them right now. So we would get 10 steps, which would be pretty useful right now, but we only have 2 coins. So we might come back to that. Okay, there's another door right here, so let's go through here. Surprising that we haven't come across a locked door yet. Alright, bedroom. The door to the left would make no sense. Storeroom or bunk room. Okay, I think storeroom might be useful here. Okay, let's just do that. We can't actually back out. Once you click on a door, you have the floor plans to choose from. You can't actually back out of it. So you gotta pick a room. Alright, coin there. We got a coin, so we got 3 now. We got a key. And we got another gem. Okay, there's a tie there for some reason. Those do change every time you come into the room, so that's something. But is it of any significance? I don't really know. So we're gonna pass on that. Okay, I do want to get some more steps soon. So where do we go from here? Back in the boudoir and up to security to this area. So left in boudoir and up. Alright. I keep wanting to hit tab to exit the tab or blueprint menu or escape, when you can just hit the right mouse button and that'll also take you out of it as well. Okay, I don't think there was anything here for us to interact with, but I'll double check. This was where the safe was, right? I don't think there was anything on the floor worth getting, because sometimes there would be a coin or a key be on the floor, but there's nothing there, so let's move on. And here's the security room, so we can go forward here and see what we got. We got maid's chamber, less likely to find items laying around in your house. That wouldn't really be a great one to get. The Great Hall, 7 locked doors. Why would that be a thing? We got 4 keys, but oh, maybe this isn't a good one. Because I'm trying to hit back, we can't actually do that. Once you have drawn floor plans, you must select one. What would go great here? Passageway would be good, because it connects to the den, and we have all the doors available. But I do have the key card, so if there's any key card doors here, I would be able to use it. It costs 2 gems though. This wouldn't make use of that left den door, and I want to find more items around the house. Great Hall has 7 locked doors, other than the one you would enter from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do have 4 keys. You know what? I think I might do it. I might unlock a couple doors, and we see what happens. So let's do it. Okay, so we got 7 doors here, 2 chairs for some reason, even though they have no place here. Okay, so the door this way can lead. The door to the left here, the middle door, can lead. I don't know about these corner doors though, because they I don't think would lead anywhere unless they have like a little something to get. So I think we're gonna go this way, the middle door, because this would... What? Did I? Okay. At least this one would give me another room. Secret passage leads to a room of the color of your choice. A color being the room color, basically. Parlor, bedroom. Bedroom would be pretty good right here. Yeah. I think the Great Hall was not a good one to get there, because it's probably just gonna be a closet. Barely anything, because I won't be able to get anything over here. I think I'm gonna go bedroom, and we'll get 2 extra steps. Yeah, buddy. Ooh. Greetings from Reddington. Interesting. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Is there anything to pick up? Can't really open much of anything. Sometimes there will be a chest there, but there's not any chest this time. We have a picture here of a woman with a moon pendant. Okay. There is not much in here. Okay, so where do we want to go next? We only have 1 door here, so yeah, let's go. That door is locked. Of course it was. Okay, drawing room requires a gem, but they have 2 doors. Maid chamber and the workshop. Combine items to create new items. What? Combine inventory to create new items. I don't really have much in the way of items right now, so that might not be a good thing to have. I am going to get a drawing room though, because we do have 2 doors here. And I do kind of want to go back to the den, but if we go through the chapel, we'll lose another coin. Okay, yeah, let's just keep going forward. Alright, what do we got here? Anything for me to pick up. It would be really great to have some extra coins, extra keys, gems, drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Yes. And this room, I believe, is one of them. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room, which you can only do once. A social sitting room adorned wall-to-wall with artwork and drawings. An unfinished sketch of your uncle sits on an easel in the middle of the room, providing a vivid image of what was what were presumably his final days, depending on when the project was abandoned. Cost 1 gem. Type drafting blueprint. Rarity commonplace. Drafted 1 time. Okay. You can learn about the different rooms and stuff going through the directory, but I'm not gonna go through that right now. If you want me to read through them, then I will do that later. Okay. Let's go this way. Wow, a locked door, really. I don't want to use up my last key so soon, though. If it comes up with the locked door thing, you can back out by hitting exit or the right mouse button or whatever, so you don't have to actually be forced to pick a floor plan. This one doesn't require a key, so that's good. There's a locksmith. You can buy keys that are for sale, requires a gem. A courtyard, which would be pretty interesting to have. 2 doors, and yeah, they're pretty good. You could usually find an item or 2 in here. And guest bedroom, which would give me 10 extra steps, which would be pretty good, but I do have a room going up, but and right here we do have the redraw floor plans. So if we weren't satisfied with these, we can just click that and then 3 new ones will be given to us. But I'm gonna go with courtyard here. Give us 2 extra doors and yada yada. Ooh, hello sledgehammer. Can shatter padlocks or unlocked trunks. So if we find the treasure chest, or trunk as it's called, then we can actually not have to use a key and go from there. There's no trunk in here though. There are dirt piles though, and you can, if you have a shovel, dig and see if there's anything in them. But I don't have a shovel right now, so that'll be pointless. Here's a keycard door, and what this is, if you have a keycard, which I do, I can use it, and I don't have to use a key. Can't really use a key on a keycard door, so alrighty. Parlor or walk-in closet for 4 items, but it requires a fucking gem. Parlor, bunk room. Oh, kind of cornering myself here a little bit, but I'm gonna go with, well, I would rather parlor be turned around and face up, but yeah, I need a gem for this one, so yeah, let's just go with parlor. That way we can pick another room down here. Okay, parlor. Is there anything for us? And yeah, the curtains are closed. So that means that, right, because the windows are actually still pointing in the house, so it wouldn't make sense to have them open. Okay. There are 3 boxes over here. Let's see. This is the black box. What a lie that is. It's blue. Get it right. And black box just makes me think of the former Need for Speed developers. This is the black box, not even fucking close. You are the opposite of black, and the black box is not empty. So yeah, that would be the true one. Alright, let's see. We got a wind-up key. A component of the parlor game. It's basically to unlock the box. Alright, May the 2nd. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rivals to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. What the Lowry? Alright, oh, wait, go over here. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. And only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. So, if we take into account what we have read here, this is not a black box. This is not a black box. This is the black box, but it's not empty. That is true. So, this would actually be the right one. And there we go. We got 2 gems in this one. So that is wonderful to have. Alright, are you locked? You are. I'm gonna save my key. We're just gonna go back. So we go back this way, then down in the Great Hall, and yeah. Oh, actually no, we can go this way. Okay, utility closet, which would be a dead end. A dark room, which would have 2 extra doors. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting in this room. Basically what that means is that it'll be dark in the room. And when you click on one of the other doors, you won't be able to see the floor plans until you turn the light back on, which you would need the breaker box for. So, this requires a gem for the observatory, 1 gold star for each time you've drafted observatory. Right. So every time we draft an observatory in each day, then we'll have an extra gold star. Dark room would actually be the most sensible to have here. And we can always just go next door into the drawing room and see what floor plans we have there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna waste the steps though, because once we enter the room, it'll be dark. So I'm not gonna waste a step. I'm actually gonna go this way. Oh crap. Well, I would kinda have to use it here. I could just go down into the den and go up this way, but we're at 25 steps. I don't really want to stop it here or get close to being at 0 because I still have the guest room to. Oh wait. We haven't been in bedroom in a while. I get 2 extra steps. Okay. So once we go back in here, we'll lose a step, and then go back up here, we'll lose a step. If we go here, we'll go step, and we'll be at 22 over here. Unless this door actually leads through to this door. Because if you look at the behind the door, it looks just like a normal closet type space. Because the door is not right at the edge like the top and bottom door. So I don't think it'll actually connect right into den. And I don't want to waste my last key just for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I might just go into a drawing room, get a room here, and then just connect, and then I can just go down this way. So I think that would be the better way to go, and we save a few more steps, and we stay north basically. Oh my god, so many pictures of the same thing. These guys are repetitive. Alright, we have to use the key here though, that's the problem. Yeah. Alright, guess, but really. Okay, gymnasium. Whenever you enter gymnasium, lose 2 steps. I don't like that. And these 2 are dead ends. So, as much as I like to get 10 steps, we're gonna redraw the floor plans. Okay. We have a wine cellar here. And a utility box closet. Utility closet breaker box. My god. Okay, wine cellar. There's no extra door here, but we will get 3 gems. And then there's passageway, which would make the most sense. We would be using 2 gems though. It would connect with the other door, and yeah, it would make sense using it here of all places. So yeah, let's do that. I'd hate to waste those 2 gems, but... And because of that, this door is automatically open. So we don't have to waste a floor plan. We do have the other door though, and we will get to that later. Alright, let's go here. Let's use the key card. And we got a commissary, which will still lead up. Requires a gem though, so I can't get that, but we can buy items there. A mail room. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. And guest bedroom, 10 steps. Oh, that sucks. And I can't back out and retry this later. I have to pick one of them right now. So, I think the best one to get would be the guest bedroom. Because I need more steps right now. The mailroom is not as important right now. So, let's get guest bedroom. Woo, 10 steps, yay, yay, yay. Alright, ooh, we got a key right here, that's nice. Sometimes the magnifying glass would be here, but it's not here this time. Alright, Sinclair. Just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoyed your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL. So yeah. We got a billiard room that we can drop, and it has a dart game, which is going to be played a bit differently once we get to that part, but we don't have it right now, so doesn't make sense. Alright, so we have been walking a bit slow, but we can speed up a little bit by holding shift, basically. Alright, this door, going up would be the good way to go. Okay, let's see what we got. Of course, I'm not gonna waste the key just yet. I'll use it as a last resort. And once we enter here, yep, that happens. So we can't actually physically interact with anything until we get the light back on. And I'm not gonna click on the door because we want to see what the floor plans are. So let's see. We can go 1, 2. We would get 2 steps for going back there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go up and then. Okay. This is the right way. Yep, drawing room button. Okay. So yep, we can use the shift button here, hold it down, and you can run a bit faster. We got 2 steps. If I had an extra key, I would use it to see it, but yeah. Bye-bye, coin. Alright. I'm sorry, what? The door is automatically open. Oh, so there already has to be a door here in order to connect with it. But since there's no room on this side, it's not showing the actual... Okay. I might be wrong about that, but this might only be one way. I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna test it right now. Not when I'm right here. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, okay. We have to hope that this room would actually give us a key. Otherwise, I might be getting close to the end of the day. I don't even know how long I've been recording, but we'll get a long video here just because. Let me know if you like this. Oh, we do have the utility closet, so we can turn the dark room on. So that would be good. The billiard room is right here, which would actually might be useful. Although East Wing Hall might be the better one, because then there's a door leading up, which would be useful. But then again, it might not have anything, and I need to turn the dark room on. But then again, this might also have keys. Alright. Hopefully it gives me maybe 2 keys. And yeah, because there's a wall there, yeah, we're screwed on that one. So there's no way to go through that. We got the billiard room here though, so if we can play pool, that'd be great, but we can't. There's a bar over here, which don't even think there's ever any items here. But the note did mention about the dartboard, so let's take a look at this. I do know the solution. I know. And we do need the key. And the actual notes, or how to work the solution, is in a room that we don't have yet. So yeah, about that. So let's hit number 6. Okay. 3, 14, 17. And there you go. So basically what you're seeing here, I'm not gonna say anything, but if you can guess, then good job for you. But I'm not gonna spoil the solution here, even though it's gonna be easy to figure this out, so. Okay. And we got a silver key. Ooh. Unlocking a door with the silver key leads to a room with many doors. That is good. Nice. Okay. That is really helpful. So that would probably give me a better chance of getting a green room, which would have multiple doors, as well as the fact that another room, normal room, would have multiple doors, which would be... Well... No. Okay. Okay, this basically sums up what I was thinking. The other side didn't lead anywhere because there's no room over there. So because this one connects, I figure there has to be a room first before you would actually be able to connect the passage. And we just wasted 2 steps there because... Bleh. And I'm not wasting a silver key on the fucking door. That is a waste. A normal key, sure, but not that one. So we can actually go straight across and then, yeah, okay. Alright, so we got conference room. Whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead. Gymnasium, you suck. Whenever you enter a gymnasium, lose 2 steps. That is stupid. And I'm already at 18. I'm getting low here. The pool adds locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool. Requires a gem. We don't have one. So this is the only one I can do. So, okay, would there be an item in here for me? I really need to add steps, but I can't really do that. Some items, some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout the house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently in the estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead. Basically what we just said on the fucking, yeah. Alright. What do we have here? Reminder, after meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. Safe code 9083, it's on a red memo. I'll let you decide if it's true or false, unless we've already played the game, then you suck. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, I used a key card there, so yeah, man. I need a fucking gem in order to get that walk-in closet for 4 items. That would be hella nice to have right now. There's the breaker box. That would be good for lighting up the dark room. The workshop, combine inventory to create new items. Not like I have any fucking items. I only have 1 coin, that's basically it. But it does have another door. I would prefer the dark room to be lit up, so I'm gonna do utility room. And there's nothing in here. No key or anything. Alright. Well, here's the key card system. So you can turn that off if you want to have the key cards not work. But there's a couple other steps you need to do in order to take advantage of this. I'll talk about that later when I'm actually able to do that. And the dark room you can actually turn on, and the garage we can actually turn on, and this one, what is that? Cabinet. There used to be a cabinet that had power or whatever, but it's not there. Okay, danger. Tooling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DC Power if you require assistance. Yeah, about that. I'm on a 55-inch TV, and those words are small where I'm sitting. So, yeah. Alright, here's the back indicators. They don't really make sense to use right now, but the dark room is on. The gymnasium. What would happen if I turn the gymnasium off? Hey! I'm gonna turn gymnasium off and see what happens. I'm not even sure I'm gonna be using the gymnasium. I don't really want to, but you never know. You're not locked, are you? Good. Oh my god. I need gems. I can't even re-roll this. I can't even redraw the plans. This is the only thing I can do. I can't use that, I can't use that. Whenever you enter ballroom, set your gems to 2 gems. Okay, I'm not really sure what that means. This is the only one I can do. Well, that sucks, cause we just blocked ourselves. So my only hope is to have the door go up this way. But I am pretty low on the steps, so I might not even make it. So, alright, what do we got in here? Ooh, hello. Hello, hamster. Hello, rhino. You trying to figure out where Bolt is? Nah. You're just doing your thing. Okay. Hey, hello. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, and I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp and he sucks. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back because I rule. And if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday. And I will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me. And today's a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book, even though he is older. He is a crybaby. Today's a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return him the book I took from him a long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way, being scratched out. I still would rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and welcome home. Simon. Really? Okay. Ooh, 2 bananas right here. Nice. Nice find on that one. Okay, flashlight would be pretty useful in that dark room. But I turned the power back on there, so no use to me now. A lot of tapes with the cassette recorder. Alrighty. Nothing else here, really? Not even any keys or coins on the ground? Well, how do you like that? Bye, hamster. Oh, you were drinking, but now you're not. Okay, so I think I can only go in through the dark room. There is a door down here, but it requires a key. And this is not going to lead anywhere unless there's a room. So yeah, this is basically the only thing I can do. Alright. But this is open now, so we can take a look at things. What have we here? There's a locked gate. There's a hut here with something in it. For those who have played the game, and I've already seen this, I know what it is, but it is a little hard to read. I'm not really sure. Maybe if you squint really hard, but nope. Numbers or letters, whatever it is, it's not appearing properly. Okay, that looks like an orchid, whatever you want to pronounce it, and we'll get to there later, maybe in the next day or something. You look sinister. You stole a camera. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing really of major note to be looking at here in the dark room. It's just mostly pictures that don't really have that big of a significance. And there is a magnifying glass item that you can get somewhere, but I haven't seen it yet. The one item that's been elusive to me. What do we got? We got the orchid again, and a note. HS has requested yet another print of her leadership. I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark to keep an eye on that. Okay. Don't really know who these guys are. There's a little bedroom there, the dining room right there, and then for some reason we have a close-up of him. And that's basically it. Alright, let's move forward. This door is not locked, so even in the dark room it wouldn't make we have West Wing wall here, but it wouldn't connect to the parlor. But at least it would have the door leading the other way, and I would rather have this than the maid's chamber. And we don't have a gem for that. That would be an actual dead end if we did that, so let's take the West Wing hall. Maybe there will be an item in here. Maybe. Hopefully. Yep, boarded up. Figured. Staff notice June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Okay. Well then. There is nothing around here. What a disappointment. Alright. Oh, come on. Well, this is the only way we can go. We have workshop, we have garage with 3 kills. Once again, we need a gem. We need a gem for that. We have 3 gems here, but that wouldn't make sense because dead end. If there was an actual door up here, then I would definitely take this. But we can't. I would love to have garage because on this side of the map, it would be useful because we'll be able to go outside. Because I did put in the power for the garage and we have 3 keys, so that would be useful. But we need a fucking gem in order to get in there. So this is really the only one I can do that has another door leading up. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's see. Is there a gem? Please be a gem somewhere in here. It would be very nice. That is a coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, earn an additional 1 in interest. That would have been great a long ass time ago. Not really useful now when I only have 1 coin. We have an S here for some reason. A music sheet with an 8. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought. Do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is of 10 often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft, The note is read, the letter is not. So notes to play on the piano, but we don't have a piano room anywhere right now. Okay, we can't really use this. We have a keycard, coin purse, and sledgehammer. Can we even combine? Nope. Can we combine? Nope. We can't make any items, so this is pointless. There's not even a gem anywhere. This sucks. I'm at a loss for words right now. The true box does not always contain the prize. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Alright. God damn it. Well, I think we're screwed. Unless a key magically showed up somewhere, I think we're gonna be done for the day. We did make quite a bit of progress though. Although, yeah, I guess I didn't make the most efficient run throughout the manor here, but we did get really far on the first day, which is not a bad day when you think about it. I mean, it's random as it is, randomly generated, so you're not gonna have the same thing twice in consecutive days. So every playthrough is gonna be new. You never know what you're gonna get, and you could be unlucky or even more lucky every day. So yeah, I think I did pretty decent for this run. I don't think I'd be able to find a key anywhere unless I missed it. So I have 15 steps left. Yeah, I'm gonna go outside and we'll see what we can do there. Okay, we made it to the entrance hall. Now we can head outside here. It is nighttime. That's interesting. Alright, let's see what's over here. There's a gate, but can we even get through? No, it is locked. Even though we can easily hop the fence. But this guy doesn't want to hop. Make a wish. Well, I only have one coin and we're not going to be able to use it on anything, so don't even really know if that really does anything or not, but oh well. Okay, what can we find this way? It's a pretty big area outside, so we can generally find a few things, like this, for example. We should be able to get through that at some point with the right items. I'm not really sure what this is for, unless it's just admiring the view. A little bird bath fountain there. There's a tunnel over here, but it's dark. Can't really do much in there right now. Okay, let's go up and continue forward, see where it takes us. I don't even know if there's any items outside. Yep, we lost a couple steps there. Alright. Nothing really here. There's a door here that's bolted in for some reason. Not sure why, but I guess we would need a flathead screwdriver to get through that. Over here, we have a gate that we can't really go through yet. So we'll have to come back to there later. A little bird bath. We got a campsite here. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu to return to the campsite for the night. Yeah, man. So this is where we'll end up, right there. Alright, over here. Well, this tree is gone. Just a stump remains, but this tree is where that little heart thing was that potentially had a code for the lock here. Now, I do kind of want to put it in now because of the fact that, one, I already know what the code is, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't change. If it does, then I'm going to be really surprised. And two, it's going to be really useful starting the next day. So I think I'm going to do it now. I kind of want to do this anyway. So, yeah. I am doing a couple things a little quicker, but this is a good reason why. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow and every day forward, you will start each new day with an extra 20 stops. So we will start with 70, not 50, which is very good, very handy. So I did want to do that because those extra steps are really gonna come in handy, for sure. How we figure this out though, unless you've already guessed how, yeah, we'll see that when we get a particular item. Okay, we got buckets of water in here that are not being used, probably dirty water by now. There's a little plank. There's something there, but it doesn't look like anything of use, so can't pick it up. Alright, let's see. Gardener's Logbook, April 10th, 1992. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate in as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nagula, Groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the Apple Orchard, Entrance Drive, and East Yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the West grounds has not been a priority since Lady Upson's death and the ensuing closure of the West Wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the West Path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable, on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from the survey would only appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. So over here we have the legend, barren ground with an X, poor soil which is light, good soil which is medium, and then rich soil dark. So there is more rich and good soil on the left side, but there can be some good stuff on the left side as well. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gasoline. There should be an O there, unless it's by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stock heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas lines should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. So, we have a gas line valve here and the smudge pots, which we may be able to interact with at some point. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause of champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda, currently in the cloister, with the much more appropriate angel Rina. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I don't think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday, and she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth, and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars of for a third time. My best friend is in pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rene's depiction in the chapel. Alright, so in the chapel with the stained glass images, Rena would be the one with the garden hoe. Pretty sure. Alright, so yeah, there we go. Okay, I think this would be it for this video. I have no idea how long this is. I might cut some parts out, but I hope you guys enjoyed a longer video of this one. There's a door here that doesn't really seem to lead anywhere for now. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it right here because I have 2 steps and I can't go anywhere else. So yeah, let's call it a day. Wow, that was some pretty good progress, though. You gotta say that. Mount Holly, respectable inn, 5 bedrooms, total rooms 30, rank reached 7, steps taken 77, ha ha ha, how do you like that? And 4 items found, yeah. I found a key card really early, which was surprising, but also pretty good, because I could go through every single keycard door that was there in front. And then found the coin purse, which had no effect because that was late, really late. Another item I got was the sledgehammer, and I couldn't use that because I only found 1 treasure chest, or trunk as it's called, and I had to use a key then. I could have left it there, but I gave 1 key and got 3 keys out of it, which was really worth it. It would have been better if I had the sledgehammer at the time, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. And the 4th item found was the silver key, which I used on the passageway here, going up, got the conference room, but yeah, bad luck was on my side. I couldn't get any better rooms because I didn't have any gems. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. I know it's a long video, but let me know what you thought in the comments about the game so far, and whether or not you would like the videos to be shorter, in which case I'll try and do maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. Maybe I can do 1 hour long recording and then just cut it in half or multiple parts, and we can go from there. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for more videos if you're enjoying my content, and I'll see you next time for more. Later.